You are a sniveling little suck-up sellout full of suffering succotash, son!
Sheesh. You remember this? Roman Reigns has sure come a long way, man. By now, you all have seen the great heel run that Roman Reigns is currently on. It's undoubtedly the best work he's ever done. It's crazy to think about something that was pretty much dream booking. Like it's actually happening in real life right now. It's great. It's great TV. It's great story, and it's just great character work. It sucks that it took half a decade for us to finally get the Roman Reigns that we knew Roman Reigns could be. It's been the best thing on WWE. It's the entire reason that I'm watching WWE, let alone SmackDown. It's been enthralling. I guess that would be the best word for it. And something like this can really turn out to be the best character work for a wrestler in terms of before and after of like the past decade. What makes this Roman so much better than previous Roman? Well, let's take a look at good guy Roman Reigns. And that is the most apt way to describe him. Good guy Roman Reigns, because that's essentially what his character was. He was a good guy. It's just like John Cena was a good guy. He just didn't have the charisma and personality that John Cena has to actually make that work for him. When Shield first debuted, I latched onto it immediately. And my guy, my favorite member of the Shield was Roman Reigns. He was this imposing, silent killer. And even though he didn't speak very often, he knew how to portray himself as somebody not to fuck with. When he split from the Shield, he didn't really develop a persona of his own. It was a downgrade in terms of his character. Good guy Roman Reigns was corny.
Not only that, he's a part-timing fake-ass bitch.
Good guy Roman Reigns was bland. And the fans just didn't accept Roman as the face like WWE wanted them to. And there were so many mistakes that was made on that front. The scripting was terrible for the most part. WWE does not know how to script anybody, especially good guys. They just make them the eat your vegetables, go to school type of heroes. That it's 2020. Like that's so played out. Like when your entire character is to be the face of the company, there's not much you can do to develop that. Who was Roman Reigns? What was his goal? Outside of being the face of the company, which is what Vince is pushing you to be, what is your goal? And Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, we know what he wants. He wants to be recognized as a Tribal Chief, and he wants that Universal Championship. He's gonna do whatever it takes to keep that Universal Championship and to keep and maintain the power and the respect that he's earned. That's a whole lot more interesting than just a good guy. But with this heel turn, so much of the mishaps and so much of the things that didn't work with the good guy Roman absolutely works with badass Roman. This Roman Reigns feels a lot more raw, a lot more authentic, and he's capitalizing on that cool factor he always had. This Roman Reigns is an actual character with depth. He's not just a plain bad guy. This storyline with the Usos shows a bad guy with emotional depth. He cares about his family. He just cares about the power and the respect and the title more. Another thing that makes this Roman Reigns so much better than the previous Roman Reigns is how he delivers his promos. Like he's not overdoing it. He's not yelling. He's not trying to look scary or intimidating. He doesn't have to do any of that extra stuff. He doesn't have to overdo it. He's literally calm as hell when he promos now, and you're drawn into every word he says. Like just take a look at how he does his promos now.
What'd I tell you? What'd I say? That's gonna make you quit. And what'd you do? You quit. Take the oath. Accept the membership and fall in line.
Like, look at the way he delivers promos now. Like, he's not saying some corny ass shit like suffering succotash. For real? Oh my god. Suffering succotash, my nigga? Like, who thought of that? Like, ooh, he's getting me mad again. Like, his promo work now is night and day. The way he speaks, his speech pattern, and how serious he is. And even in the ring, he has that same demeanor. Both matches with Jey Uso, their trash talking in the ring is it's like a good portion of why those matches are so good.
Acknowledge me as your tribal chief. Do it. Do it now, and this is done. No. Do it now. Do it. Do it now. Do it. Oh.
I remember when I saw that promo between him and John Cena. I remember when I saw that. And John Cena buried Roman. He destroyed him.
I blame you. I'm still here because you can't do your job.
I watched that and I thought, Roman is never gonna come back from this. And just comparing how he was then to now, like, he's calm, he's direct, and he's clear in his intentions. And the dynamic he has with Paul Heyman further enforces that. Like, look at the dynamic Paul has with Brock. And that dynamic, at least to me anyway, it comes off that Brock has more respect for Paul Heyman than Roman Reigns does. Even though the dynamic is similar, he's the imposing force. And, you know, Paul Heyman is the manager, the advisor. With the dynamic he has with Roman does most of the talking. Paul used to do all the talking with Brock. And Roman doesn't even look at Paul Heyman 90% of the time. He just reaches his hand out. Paul Heyman gives him the mic, or Paul Heyman gives him the belt. And that's it. And that fits perfectly with the storyline and the character. Because how can you be the tribal chief if you have somebody else speaking for you all the time? You know? Heyman isn't going to speak for Roman. Roman is good enough in his promo skills to speak for himself. And also, he doesn't have like a little baby voice like Brock Lesnar has. Like, Brock Lesnar, it's like his whole body went through super puberty, but his voice didn't. One thing I fear, because I hope Vince McMahon doesn't see this trajectory and get insecure or anxious. Because I can already see, just with the storyline, that Roman Reigns might be headed to Hollywood in the next few years. Like, I can see it. Like, did you see his match at Hell in a Cell? He cried, like, on the spot. That is ridiculous. Like I was watching that. I was watching that with my baby mama, and this is literally how it went. We were both watching. I was like, yo, this match is crazy. Like, this is dramatic. Like, that's how we were watching. Then Roman Reigns starts crying. And I'm like, turn to my baby mama. Is this nigga crying? What? This nigga took acting classes? What? And it shows that he's dedicated to this role that he's doing. He's definitely dedicated to it. And it feels like something that they didn't just pull out their ass. Like, this is something that I can tell that Roman and the Usos have probably thought about this storyline before, and they're finally putting it into action. And with the help of Paul Heyman, like, it's no wonder why this shit is going as good as it is. And hopefully with this new Roman Reigns persona, he's able to legitimately accomplish all the things that WWE has been wanting for him and destining for him for the past half decade. But that's all I got to say on the transformation of Roman Reigns. It's been quite the transformation over the past couple months. If you like this video, do all your YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's right down below. Just hit it. This is a pretty new channel. Let's get this popping. And by the way, it's not gonna be just a wrestling channel. I'm pretty much gonna talk about whatever I want to talk about. Mainly going to be my passions, which include wrestling, video games, anime, manga, music, and whatever hot topic or whatever else I feel like talking about. And I'm probably going to do skits as well. So, yeah, I appreciate you taking the time to listen. Yeah, I hope y'all have a good time out there. Peace.